you want to say?
It's 20 years later, I think, probably a little bit more, and a lot has happened since the stage life, and my life changed. I had sicknesses, and I moved from America to Switzerland, and retirement set in, and things changed.
And that's how the book starts, with this beautiful wedding. Starts actually in this hotel, and you go back to your house in Lake Zurich, not far from here. And then a series of revelations happen. You feel a bit weird on your wedding day, a bit tired, and then you had a stroke.
I think I had overdone something, some kind of way, but I went to hospital to find out what this cramping sensation was, and they put me on the table for MRI, we call it, and they said the blood pressure went up. And I said, oh, it's always up, because I always had high blood pressure. Immediately they took me in and say, it's a mild stroke from the back of the head. And then they took me down in the room, and I didn't believe it. I said, stroke, like that. They left the room, flop, hit the floor. The whole right side was gone. Oh, wow. And I thought, what have I done? I really have had something, because I can't move. And I used all of my willpower I wanted to get back like I was. I didn't believe, I thought I was the ultimate person to fix things.
Right.
So they said, well, how you do that, don't give in to it, it'll come back. It was a mild stroke, it wasn't a heavy one.
And you were 73 at the time?
At the time, yes.
And did it affect your singing at all?
Well,
obviously when you couldn't speak, but once your speech came back, was your voice still there?
Actually I had retired. I haven't actually tried to sing since. But I'm sure I can. Oh, yes, it's still there. Yeah. After we got rid of the stroke, then the swindle started, this dizziness. So they found out what that was in the inner ear. We corrected that. And then after that was the kidney thing. They found that, that was this one next, the colon.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, we'll have to cut half of it out.
And because it was cancerous?
Yeah. So then they said, only one of your kidneys are functioning. Actually, what happened was I stopped medication for kidney because I was tired of the medicine, and I wanted to see what I felt like, my old self, because it has, the blood pressure medicine holds you, it restricts you a little bit.
Yeah. So your energy had gone.
The energy, yeah. And so then I thought, I'm stopping it. I'll go back to homeopathic medicine. Well, the homeopathic medicine wasn't strong enough for what my problem was.
Right.
And that's why the kidney reacted and failed. So I went to the doctor, and he said, your kidney numbers, they are totally down. What have you done? I said, well, I stopped the medicine. So then he says, well, your other kidney is gone. Now you have no kidney.
Did he say you'd been foolish?
No, the Swiss people are like the English, they have manners. So I said, well, so what happens? He said, if you don't maintain, if you don't do what we recommend, you will probably die. So I said, well, if it's time, I felt like I'm late 70s, my mother died at 84, my sister died at 74. I thought maybe this was my time. In Buddhism, you accept the life and the death. Yeah, I was ready. I just thought that it's my time.
You'd even checked out assisted suicide?
And I did once earlier. Anyway, death is not a problem for me. I don't really mind leaving.
Right.
I know a lot of people don't think that way, but I'm happy that I do because it's something that is inevitable. So anyway, Irvin said no. They said to Irvin, you can live with one kidney. So Irvin said to the doctors, can I give her one of mine? Something similar to this. I wasn't there. And then he found out that he doesn't need two kidneys. So then he came to me and said, Tina, you don't have to make this decision now. I can give you one of my kidneys. I said, oh, Irvin, you're young. I'm already older. It's okay. You just get used to me not being here. Oh, no, he didn't want that. So then he talked me into him taking on one kidney. So I said, well, no, I have to talk to the doctors. And then I talked to them about Irvin and what will happen to him because he was still quite young. And I did feel like I was older. I was already in my 70s. So why should I take the kidneys from a young man and let him finish his life. That's what I felt like. And he said, no, my life is fine how it is. I'll give you one of my kidneys.
Yeah. So the obvious question is, I mean, you're 79 next month. You've had your stroke, you've had cancer, and you've had a kidney failure and a kidney replacement. How are you, Tina?
I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I'm happier than I ever thought that life would become for me. So that means that most of my hardships came while I was young and growing up. And in the last days, when normally people suffer from old age and sickness, my happiness came. I'm really thoroughly happy.
And how is your health?
It's very good. I go to the doctor now once a month.
Yeah.
For them to just check to make sure everything is going. I take medicine once a day that I have to for the rest of the life. And I did fall a couple of days ago.
It is so absurd that Tina Turner, the American-born singer who left the handcrafts farming community and abusive relationship to become one of the top recording artists of all the time, died on Wednesday at age 83. She died peacefully after a long illness in her home in Crest, near Switzerland, her representative said. Tina began her career in 1950s during the early years of the rock and roll and evolved into MTV phenomenon. In the video of her chart-top song What's Love Got to Do With It, in which she called love and second-hand emotion, Turner influenced in 1980s style as she strutted through New York City streets with her split blonde hair, wearing a clogged chain jacket, mini skirt, and trolley heel. With her talents for the musical implement and brilliantly worded, boldly turned angel performed with 1980s pop landscape in which music fan involved electrical produced sound and it's called hip rings. Tani sometimes used to be called Queen of Rock and Roll. May her soul rest in eternal peace. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you.